Today we will see what will happen if New York gets hit by a tsunami. Even if it is unlikely, we will still know what will happen. New York City, 8.5 million people, the financial capital of the world, a city of skyscrapers, subways, and waterfronts. But what if the unimaginable happened, and a tsunami struck? Today, we're breaking down a realistic scenario based on scientific modeling. Not Hollywood disaster, but what experts say could actually occur. Spoiler: it's unlikely, but the impacts would be severe. First, the context. Tsunami hazard in New York is classified as low. There's more than a 2% chance of a potentially damaging event in the next 50 years, but nothing like the frequent threats on the Pacific coast. The Atlantic has fewer large earthquakes and tectonic subduction zones. Historical events, like the 1929 Grand Banks tsunami or effects from the 1755 Lisbon quake, produced only minor waves or surges here. The most discussed and debated distant threat is a massive flank collapse of Cumbre Vieja volcano on La Palma in the Canary Islands. Early 2001 models painted a doomsday picture of 10 to 25 meter, 30 to 80 plus ft, waves reaching the US East Coast. But later, more detailed studies using advanced simulations show much smaller far-field effects due to wave dispersion, distance, and ocean floor features, typically 1 to 5 meters, 3 to 16 feet, at the coast in worst credible scenarios, often closer to 1 to 3 meters, comparable to a strong hurricane storm surge. Refraction around features like the Hudson Canyon would further reduce impact on New York specifically. Assume a moderate to significant tsunami, 2 to 5 meter waves at the coast, from a distant source, the more plausible serious scenario. Warning time: hours, giving time for alerts via NOAA tsunami warning centers, sirens, apps, and broadcasts. For a rare local event, almost no warning. Key impacts by area: Lower Manhattan, Financial District, Battery Park, heavy flooding. Streets turn into rivers. Water surges into building basements, subways, and the path tunnels. The iconic South Street seaport and areas around the World Trade Center site inundated. Wall Street operations disrupted for weeks or months. Statue of Liberty and Harbor. Waves crash around Liberty Island. The statue itself stands, it's elevated, but the island and ferry terminals flood severely. Brooklyn and Queens waterfronts, Red Hook, Dumbo, Long Island City, Rockaways, widespread inundation. Warehouses, residential zones, and parks underwater. LaGuardia Airport, very low lying, faces runway and terminal flooding, grounding flights. New Jersey side, Jersey City, Hoboken, similar flooding across the Hudson, affecting commuter hubs. Subway system, catastrophic. Vents and entrances allow rapid flooding. Much of the underground network, already vulnerable, as in Hurricane Sandy, shuts down. Billions in damage and lengthy recovery. Tunnels and bridges. Holland, Lincoln, Brooklyn battery tunnels flood. Bridges may remain open but face debris and traffic chaos. Ports and economy. Major disruption to shipping at the Port of New York and New Jersey, one of the busiest in the U.S. supply chains, halt. Stock market and global finance take a hit. With good warnings, casualties could be limited, dozens to low hundreds from drowning, debris, or secondary effects, electrocution, building collapses in older structures. Without warnings or at night, potentially thousands. Economic damage, tens to hundreds of billions of dollars. Think Hurricane Sandy, 2012, $70 billion regionally, but with faster arriving, potentially more erosive waves. Power outages, contaminated water, displaced residents, hundreds of thousands. Long-term, insurance crises, real estate impacts in flood zones, and accelerated coastal resilience projects. Infrastructure, hospitals, power plants, and data centers in low areas strained. Sea level rise, already a concern, would compound future risks. Scenario contrast graphic: moderate, likely max, versus extreme hypothetical, unlikely. In an extreme, but scientifically unsupported for Atlantic sources, 10 meters plus mega tsunami, much of southern Manhattan and low-lying boroughs would see deep flooding, with far higher destruction and loss of life. But current consensus models don't predict this for New York. New York is resilient. Post-Sandy investments in seawalls, parks as barriers, like the Big U, elevated infrastructure, and better warnings make a difference. Tsunami-ready programs exist, though focus is on hurricanes. The best preparation: know your zone, have an evacuation plan to higher ground, and support coastal defenses. Unlikely? Yes. Impossible? No. Understanding the science helps us build a stronger city. What do you think? Should NYC invest more in tsunami-specific prep? Comment below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel for more scenarios of what would happen.